deploy the fissure, but unfortunately it just keeps on going. He misses the Hadouken though. Can he run him down anyway with the Iron Shell? It's going to be close to tether, barely keeping him alive. Instead, it's actually your Tiny who ends up falling, and now they may lose more. Fluff gets clubbed. It's going to be 3 dead if Fog gets scouted out, and he will. Misery's there. Fog, what a train wreck of a way to open this game for Fire. The first...
That's...
yeah. Even gets him involved in that fight top, just a little extra experience and gold for us perhaps. And at the same time though, X-Mike buys his blink, but that'll be the end of him bottom lane.
He just came on the tower. All he needed to do was go 100 range more left and he wouldn't have died. I thought Bone was going to run left too. He also had 10 stick charges. I thought he was going to run left, kind of kite the Tiny and then bait him into his team.
That's what it looked like too. They had the ward there and all, and I guess he just...
Another
he didn't
smoke.
expect them to jump him.
Feed off Bone 7.
Quickly is it stolen? Well, it's lost, but he comes back for round 2 with Fado rejoining the fight, working his way onto Fluff and Fog. They need the Tiny here. He's only now going to be able to arrive, but the damage is done. 3 dead, Age is popped. Tiny looking to get involved. Can they actually get more kills? Mike surging in.
Big kill on CC.
Best of both worlds for Fire. They get the clean kill on the Weaver. There's no trade. They're going to take Rook and TC lives. This will be gold in their pockets and Aegis. Ush will probably be the one to take it here. Yeah, he snags it. Now they got to kill this Tiny twice. A little bit of extra insurance. Uh-oh. Fog caught out by a sleight of fist. But the chains were not there. And now that though Aegis is out, that's a pretty dangerous and aggressive dive. So it looks like TC builds towards a Hex now. He picks up an ultimate orb. He's already got the BKB Orchid. He'll get more lockdown to deal with this Weaver, and when that comes out, the Ember's also going to have to be very careful about how he moves around the map. Has a BKB, but we saw that this team can burst you down and chain stun you before you ever get to top of BKB. Even if Weaver had it, he definitely would have died.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Here we go. Fire. Cleaning up the tier 1 mid, and
Radiant's middle tower is under
it just
attack.
continues to be a rather patient game for them, which is exactly what this lineup wants. Spread the map, push out the lanes, then find Batrider ganks over the tree lines on the back of that. Continue farming your Tiny. Get the Quap into that secondary core role with the items to complement it, and force Cloud9 to make the first move, which it doesn't seem like they feel they really can. Trying to push bottom, but they do it without Bone 7. Just getting to that point in the game where it feels like they're going to need all 5 to take a convincing team fight.
Tiny's getting to that point. Smacking trees, right through that living armor.
Radiant structures
It's
are
Tony
fortified.
time. Get your frosted flakes ready, fellas. This guy's turning into a tiger.
Weaver and Ember are just so squishy though. They could die in a combo from Tiny.
Bro, Fog gets trapped out a bit. He does get off an Echo Slam though. It's not a great one. Ends up dying, but the Quapple's there. Turns it around, looking for Big Daddy on TC. Trying to right click him down. Tiny arrives as well. Ember finished off by Ush. Gets the crit. That's a 2-for-1 exchange. And they just before this ended up taking down the creeps quite a bit in the top lane, pushing to the tier 2 tower. They may even look to go in on Bone 7. He does have that blink dagger though, so not an easy kill. Another victory for Fire as they begin to ramp up.
I mean, Ember got lasso during PKB and still dies. That's how hard Tiny hits right now.
And he's not even finished. He's got Daedalus gold. He's got an Aegis slot.
I think Ush could man-fight both of those heroes at the same time, Weaver and Ember.
Yeah, they definitely need to kill him by kiting him. Head-on collisions are not the strength of Weaver and Ember. But there's the Darkseer wall.
Which we pretty much
Which we
have not
haven't seen at all.
used effectively.
Yeah. It's just kind of the way the play has gone, right? Like, they're never really grouped up, and when they are, it's... Bone 7's the one off on tower defense duty.
Well, he died too often early, and then because of that, his farm is slowed down a lot. If you were able to get the mech, you know, a couple minutes faster, blink 5 minutes faster, he could have like a Sheebless or something like that.
Radiant's middle tower
Not even
has
close,
fallen.
though. And now Ush picks up his Daedalus, this Quap about to complete TC, a Scythe device to go along with it. I don't know if Fire actually want to go high ground yet, unless they get a nice pick off here. They do have the Bat Rider with the gem. They are being very careful in how they approach the base. They decide now is not the right time. Aegis is going to be up for a little while yet. Or no, sorry, actually it's about to wear off. One minute to go, so. Not really long enough to go back mid and try and push. It seems they'll wait at least one more round before they try and win this game.
Fire is farming the opponent's jungle. It's bad for
Dire's
C9.
top tower is
C9
under
is getting some farm on EE, but no one else on the map is really able to farm safely. Everyone's just deathly afraid of that Blink Lasso
Dire's
into
top
relocate
tower
gank
is
that they've
under
been
attack.
using so effectively
Radiant's
throughout.
bottom tower is
Oh,
under
they wanted
attack.
to jump on Eternal Envy here. IX Mike, he got off the 4 staff to break the Liquid Sphere. Couldn't lasso in time, but they settle for a tree kill, and now mass TPs to the bottom lane. They want to catch this tiny Wisp on the way back. Fog's in position, though, to cover their retreat if they want, or maybe it's an attack. They chunk Thought up into the air, and now bringing it back down. The crits! The cleave! It's too much from Ush! Give him a triple! Oh, baby, he wants to make it an ultra, pushing forward. He could toss Fog, perhaps. Can he get in range? No.
Radiant's
Can't
bottom
get the
tower
ultra.
is under attack.
But he ends the Ember. EE now on the backside, and not really liking what he sees, will back off.
And they only get the Wisp. And Ush didn't even have to use BKB.
And the Quap wasn't even there. The Bat wasn't even there.
Radiant's middle tower
That is a
under
3v5 fight. Well, 3v4, I guess, that comes out well. And now they will go for the
Radiant's
base.
middle tower has fallen.
Cloud9, they had the 1-0 advantage, but it looks like it might end up being a best of 5 that turns into a best of 3 as Eternal Envy gets lassoed, trapped, hexed, lassoed, and just destroyed from there. And they turn it now. They get the overgrowth, backing follow-up, forcing Ush's BKB, so he just goes right through it, cleans them up with a crit. And with the big cleave now turning and delivering another smackdown! This Tiny doing way too much work. Godlike triple kill. Eternal Envy also triple. He ends up surviving Enchant Totem, then finished off with a scream. And while that's happening, it's the Rock Man in your house beating down the front door. GG, Cloud9. Ush just a bit too much to handle here. He goes 15-3-2. He wallops them, and Fire showed that they are a legitimate threat here to Cloud9.
They played so damn well in the first 15 minutes of the game. They definitely deserve that after reacting to how Cloud9 played in the early game. They expected some sort of pressure from the Enchantress as well as the Darkseer, but not that much pressure. And they just responded amazingly well, delaying all their farm and playing as little greed as possible. And IX Mike setting up a lot of ganks.
I
too.
feel like if someone were to make a highlight reel of the first like 10 minutes, there would have been like 15 plus saves between the Earthshaker, the Wisp. Completely turned the game. Took IX Mike a bit to get his Blink Dagger. He had to go back to base a lot. TC didn't really dominate his lane perhaps as hard as they would have liked, but they just made really good team decisions after the laning stage.
I'm surprised that C9 didn't actually pick up the Wisp first just because they have No-Tail, who's an excellent Wisp player. Wisp was actually delayed to the second phase, and most teams ban out Wisp in the first phase versus Cloud9.
Maybe just not in their bag of tricks. It certainly isn't Big Daddy's. We'll have to see if Cloud9 look to change that up. But guys, for now, this concludes Game 1. It's now it's technically Game 2, I guess. 1-1 series tied up. It's a best of 5. We come back soon with Game number 3. I'm LD. He's Merlini. Stick around. We'll be right back.